We recognize that we gather on land seized from the Western Abenaki people by European colonizers. We respect the Abenaki's spiritual relationship to the land and waters of the Champlain Valley. We seek to build a peaceful and more just relationship with them and to promote knowledge about their history and culture. Good morning. And welcome to this Sunday service of the Champlain Valley Unitarian Universalist Society, CVUUS. My name is Larry Vanderberg. I'm a member of this congregation. This morning I serve as worship associate for our service about meditation based on Buddhist principles and practices, prepared by members of the CVUUS meditation group. In Buddhist practice, a meditation group is called a Sangha. During today's service, you will also hear from Sangha members Ravel Allen, Tracy Harrington, Dinah Smith, and Helene Vanderberg. Bobby Carnwath and Jack Carter also played a major role in putting today's service together, especially the time for all ages, but are unable to be here today. You will see Colleen Brown's name in the program. She had planned to participate, but we learned from Doug Richards last night that Colleen's dad has taken a turn for the worse, and she's not able to be with us today. Please hold her and your family in your thoughts. We don't know how things will turn out, so the family requests that we all hold back on emails and phone calls. Who's in my place here? We're grateful for all the work done by so many people to prepare these services while Barnaby Feeder, our settled minister, is away. We want to thank Ronnie Romano and our choir for the service music, and Carol Harden for the violin solo postlude. We are grateful today for the assistance of tech team members Richard Hopkins, Mary Hadley, Martha Folda, and Margie Young. and the Flower Co-op, Bobby Carnwath, Marnie Wood, and Dinah Smith, the greeter, Brett Millier, and the ushers, Avi Freund and Will Porter, and the safety team, Mike Greenwood. Whether you come regularly, occasionally, or are with us for the first time, whether you are with us now in person on Zoom or watching later via YouTube, we're glad you're here at CVUUS. If this is your first time attending a service with us, we invite you to contact us so we can share more about who we are, what we do, and learn more about you. If you're with us online, please sign our virtual guest book in the chat. If you have a milestone or passage to share and have not already sent it to us, please put it in the Zoom chat now. And speaking of electronics, if you have a cell phone or other electronic devices that have a mind of their own, please silence it now. We invite you to join us in the social hour following the service in the fellowship hall downstairs or in the chat room on Zoom. We strive to be a welcoming and active presence in the community, working together to build a world which is more beautiful, just, and compassionate. There are many ways for us to connect with one another in fulfilling that mission. The best way to stay in touch with the many activities going on at CVUUS is to read the weekly email blast sent out Wednesdays by Laura Sermley, our office manager. If you would like to be added to this email list, call the church office. In a recent issue, I counted over 15 separate activities, projects, and causes. I will highlight only 2 here. Well, really 2.5, you'll see. From the rhubarb folks, you knew this was coming, right? Another rhubarb poem. This one by Michael McClintock. Rhubarb leaves, how they soften the pelting rain. Rhubarb leaves, how they soften the pelting rain. There are so many ways you can help with the Rhubarb Festival, from sharing your crop of rhubarb stalks to post-festival cleanup. Check out one of the posters in this building for all the ways you can make the festival a successful fundraiser for us and for Hope, helping overcome poverty's effects. Volunteer today. We thank you. You may recall that the Breadloaf Mountain Zen community is sponsoring a quilt making project for Vermont foster children, encouraging people to make parts of quilts or whole quilts to contribute to their project. Barnaby asked Louise Cadwell if she'd lead CVUUS's participation in this project, and she reached out to Catherine Schloff and Abby Sessions. These 3 have created a quilt to contribute to the project, and you can see it right here. It's just been completed, and today, Buddhist Sunday and Mother's Day, is the perfect day to see the quilt and to see loving kindness in action. If you want to look closer at all that beautiful workmanship, please wait till after the service. And now item 2.5. There is in your program for today a worship team survey. It's a simple little piece of paper, very short, easy to fill out. Please fill this out and drop it off on the usher table at the end of the service. Today is Mother's Day. As we celebrate this day, the basis of this observance is shifting under our feet. People of all genders raise, care for, and protect children they did not bear. Many more care for and comfort people in need. By changing social and economic customs, mothering is no longer identified as the exclusive domain or burden of childbearing women. The second Sunday in May has become a day to express gratitude for all who have mothered in some way. So what do meditation and mothering have in common? At first glance, almost nothing. Ann Cushman, a devout practitioner of Buddhist meditation and a new mother at the time, said, "Nothing could be further from a meditation retreat than the disheveled dance of motherhood. It's hard to find the moment even to tell myself that this is a spiritual path. I'm too busy looking for my son's other mitten." Motherhood and mothering simply cannot provide the chance to cultivate in silence, undistracted, the skills of mindfulness, insight, and one-pointed concentration, skills we will explore in today's service. After having her first child, Julie Wester, a Buddhist teacher and friend of Ann's, said it took her a long time to realize that the activities of motherhood were her practice, rather than practice being something that she could fit in between those activities. She said, "Mothering is a meeting with the highest teacher in the same way that death is. It's the deepest encounter we ever have with life. But it's like any teaching, it's offered, and whether we receive it is up to us. And to experience it as a teaching, someone has to name it as such. May each of us, when we are mothering somebody, realize what this practice can teach us."
Our call to worship this morning is called "In the Past I Have Been a Cloud" by Thich Nhat Hanh. In the past I have been a cloud, a river, and the air, and I was a rock. Oh, forgot to do this, sorry. I was the minerals in the water. This is not a question of belief in reincarnation. This is the history of life on earth. Now for the chalice lighting, Dinah. The chalice lighting is called "Offer Your Heart Like a Lamp Overturned." We light this chalice remembering the Buddha, who asked his disciples to offer their hearts, the seed of understanding, like a lamp overturned and relit, illuminating the darkness. Now, in your order of service, or on the screen, you'll see our responsive reading called "Breathing In" by Thich Nhat Hanh. I will read the bold, if you could please read the italicized print. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, I dwell in the present moment.
Breathing out, I feel it is a wonderful moment.
Breathing in, I calm body and mind.
Breathing out, I smile.
Dwelling in the present moment.
I know this is the only one.
Thank you. Now we will rise in body or spirit to sing Meditation on Breathing. It's in the Teal Hymnal, number 1009. Okay, now is the time in our service for the time for all ages. And that's changed in the last few years, but I will gladly speak to all of us that are here and feeling young in spirit and in heart, in all ages. So, a few minutes ago, we sang the words, breathing in, I know I am breathing in. And I believe these words are not actually telling us to breathe. Thankfully, we do that on our own. Rather, they're reminding us to know, to be aware that we are breathing. Breathing is important. It means we are alive. It means we have life. Today we see spring, flowers are popping up and leaves are opening. We celebrate Mother's Day. We're here in this space with friends who are happy we are friends. During our Sunday service, we get the chance to stop, breathe, and think about these things. At the same time, when we stop, breathe, and think, it's easy to get caught up in all the other things going on in our lives. Being busy, going to school, working, getting the chores done, what to wear, what to say, taking care of ourselves and others we love. So much to think about. But now we can stop thinking and sit still and just be and smile. So we have some poems that might help us. Make sure you're sitting in a comfortable position, maybe in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, your back straight and your head up. We're going to rest our hands gently in our lap or on our knees. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep breathing deeply as we hear this poem. I breathe slowly in. I breathe slowly out. My breath is a river of peace. I am here in the world. Each moment I can breathe and be. Picture your breath flowing in and out as a river of peace. If your thoughts wander, that's okay. This takes practice. Here's another one. Keep your eyes closed, and we'll read one more poem as you breathe deeply in and out. I watch the stream, each thought a floating leaf. One leaf is a worry, another leaf is sadness. The leaves drift softly away. It's in your breathing, it's finding your calm place. Keep coming back to this day after day until it feels like your true home. You can open your eyes now. We know thoughts can be very hard to stop. Even when we're picturing breathing like a river, non-river thoughts will drift in. So we let them come in and out and watch them drift downstream like leaves. We come back to a feeling of calm and peace, breathing in and breathing out here in the world. I breathe slowly in. I breathe slowly out. My breath is a river of peace. I am here in the world. Each moment I can breathe and be. Thank you.
Short people unite. It's the time in our service for the offering, and I'm going to talk about dana. The word dana translates from Sanskrit, and it means generosity. It means giving materials, energy, wisdom to others voluntarily. It's one of the most important of Buddhist virtues. This month's offering will be given to the Ukraine Relief Fund. This is a crowd-funded campaign that provides support for women and children fleeing the war in Ukraine, and it provides support in many ways. This fund is expediting travel through the Kolisvar rail station. It is providing housing and support. It is delivering medical supplies, and it is launching a kindergarten for refugee children. Please give as generously as you're able.
Do we have any yellow cards online? There being none in the offering basket. This is the time in our service when we provide some space for those people we care about and for the cares, the joys, the sorrows, life passages. But many of these cares go unvoiced. We hold them in our hearts. Joys we have been blessed with, loved ones we care about or long to be with, wrongs we feel powerless to correct, friends in trouble, matters that cannot be spoken aloud, urgent questions that seem to have no answer, fears we dare not voice, or feelings so nebulous they cannot be formed into thoughts. We offer you now an interval to use as you wish to offer any of these cares to the Spirit of life in silence.
Our first reading this morning is the 3 tenets of the Zen peacemakers. Our local Breadloaf Mountain Zen Buddhist Center is a member of that order, and the Peacemakers Order is guided by 3 tenets: not knowing, bearing witness, and loving action. Not knowing asks us to approach a situation and those around us without judgment or preconceived notions, without fears or expectations, so hard to do, and to be present with what is. Bearing witness asks us to see all aspects of a situation, including our own attachments and judgments. When we bear witness, we are open to the uniqueness of whatever is arising and meet it just as it is. Loving action asks us to take action arising out of not knowing and bearing witness. Though we cannot predict what the action will be, or when it will arise, or what will result, the intention is that our action arises out of love and caring and serves everyone and everything in the situation, including ourselves.
I am not Colleen Brown. My name is Helene Vandenberg, and Ravel and Donna and I will be reading a loving kindness meditation and prayer during a time of war and aggression, which was written by Brian Joshin Burns, the guiding teacher at the Breadloaf Mountain Zen community. Recognizing that I am not an observer, but a participant in the life of our world, may I resolve to bring peace to my own inner turmoil. May I embody peace in every breath I take, aware moment by moment of the rising and passing of my own sorrow, discomfort, and suffering. May I honor my own body, heart, mind, whatever its feelings or mood, energetic or tired, calm or agitated, irritated or friendly.
May I walk mindfully in the difficulties of my own life, placing each foot on the ground with kindness and gentleness toward my own body, heart, and mind. May I make way for peace in every inner dialogue I have, learning to honor the flow of my thoughts without being limited, stuck, or blinded by them.
May I not become intoxicated with despair, disgust, rage, or revenge, and instead allow my reactions to be a gateway to empathy and wise compassion for all beings. May I take a moment to imagine those I usually alienate and reject, whose politics I disagree with, and those who trigger me in violent states of mind.
Recognizing that I am not an observer, but a participant in the life of our world, may I resolve to bring peace to my relationships. May I act with generosity toward others, especially those who offer me the gift of their differences, receiving them with sympathy, empathy, and understanding. May I be eager to listen and slow to speak, giving others the gift of my attention, moving toward others freely and with openness.
May I embody peace in my use of language, speaking in ways that transform hearts and that turn the destiny of a nation. May I choose actions that benefit all others and contribute to their spiritual flourishing, even those I disagree with peaceful and attentive confidence. May I always be ready to act instinctively from the mutually beneficial truth of our intimate kinship, which naturally exists in all my relationships.
In another reading, I'll be sharing the words of Catherine May from her book called Wintering, and she gives us some insight into meditation and mothering. She said, "I learned to meditate over a decade ago now, and when motherhood made it sometimes impossible to find the time to sit for 20 minutes twice a day, I found a way to distill a little of that experience by closing my eyes, however briefly, and resting my thoughts on the core of my perception. I can gain some of the peace that meditation brings me. I have come to think of it as prayer, though I ask for nothing and speak to no one within it. It is a profoundly nonverbal experience, a sharp breath of pure being amidst a forest of words. It's an untangling, a moment to feel the true ache of desire, the gentle wash of self-compassion, the heart swell of thanks, the tick, tick, tick of existence. It's a moment when, alone, I am the most connected with others. I can feel entirely separate in a crowd of people, but when I close my eyes, it's as though I have waded into a river of all consciousness, bathed in common humanity."
I'm going to invite the choir up now to lead us singing Ubi Caritas, and please do join us. I only ask that when I get up from the piano for the last few verses, that you drop out and let the choir finish it off a cappella on their own. And they sound great.
You probably wonder, what is meditation? What's the practice about? Why do we do it? And first, I want to thank the members of the Sangha who've shared their reasons for practicing with me, so I can share them with you, and the members of the Sangha from early times here at CVUUS, some of whom are here, and some of whom aren't here for other reasons, besides Colleen. So as you hear some of these thoughts now, you'll understand the wide-ranging effects that keep those of us in a meditation practice doing it. One person said, meditation is a way to examine and forget myself. It assists in that elusive process of giving up expectations and beliefs that appear without invitation and interrupt my ability to be fully engaged in my near and distant worlds. Another person's understanding is that meditation is permission to take a pause and be conscious of the here and now, to detach from habitual thought patterns and relax in the true home of that person's life, to be pulled into a place of calm and removed from distraction and focus on what's most important. Someone else said, many things in my life are beyond my control. However, it's possible to take responsibility for my own state of mind and to change it for the better. Buddhism teaches that this is the most important thing we can do, and it is the only real antidote to our personal sorrows and to the anxieties, fears, hatreds, and general confusions that beset the human condition. Taking that thought further, someone else said, Buddhist meditation practices are techniques that encourage and develop concentration, clarity, emotional positivity, and a calm seeing of the true nature of things. By engaging with a particular meditation practice, you learn the patterns and the habits of your mind, and the practices offer a means to cultivate new, more positive ways of being. Finally, one of our members focused on the connection between observing the breath and interacting with others with more intention, kindness, explaining that meditation has taught me to notice the pauses in normal breathing between the inhale and the exhale, between the exhale and the inhale, and to learn that I can use those pauses to decide just how to respond rather than just react. This regular practice of watching the breath, being curious about it, and being present with its nature and location has helped me to be more present, more curious, and observant. And that in turn has shown me the path toward greater patience and kindness in my relationships. The website of the Breadloaf Mountain Zen community talks about it this way. Contemplative practice is a way to nurture our own capacity for social action. It waters the root of inner wisdom that makes action fruitful. We learn that silence opens the gate of not knowing and reveals a deep sense of solidarity with all things. In this way, we learn the Bodhisattva's path. You'll hear more about a Bodhisattva in a minute. The Unitarian Universalist Buddhist Fellowship, the UUBF, thanks to Dick Swanson, who's with us today, the website observes that in recent years, Unitarian Universalists have increasingly been drawn to explore Buddhist religious practices, especially seated meditation, in order to ground the free and responsible search for truth and meaning that is one of the guiding principles of the UU tradition. Meditation invites a direct and immediate experience of reality, and it provides a balance to purely intellectual inquiry.
Colleen writes, meditation as a foundation for the Bodhisattva path. In Buddhism, the term bodhisattva is conferred on one who is devoted to the well-being of others. The Dalai Lama regularly recites these bodhisattva vows from the beloved 6th century sage Santideva. May I be a guard for those who need protection, a guide for those on the path, a boat, a raft, a bridge for those who wish to cross the flood. May I be a lamp in the darkness, a resting place for the weary, a healing medicine for all who are sick, a vase of plenty, a tree of miracles. And for the boundless multitude of living beings, may I bring sustenance and awakening, enduring like the earth and sky, until all beings are freed from sorrow and all are awakened. I, Colleen, I believe each of us wants to be our best self, and part of that is caring for others. I see meditation as offering a foundation or guideposts for trying to walk through life on a bodhisattva path. Meditation, and particularly the quieting of the mind and returning to the breath, is the best tool I have found to try to remind myself to be open to the needs of others, committed to trying to reduce the suffering of others, and curious about what I and others need to strengthen my capacity to spend as much time as possible on this bodhisattva path. Just as it is impossible in meditation to keep the mind quiet or stay focused on the breath over any length of time, it is also impossible to always put others first. I am reminded daily that meditation and breath are always there for me to return to. I can start over when I am meditating and my mind wanders, return to watching my breath in the place of quiet inside me. Similarly, I can return to my attempt to follow the bodhisattva path even after I have done or said things I realize were unkind. I ask you to join me now to where we went during the Time for All Ages. Move forward on your chair so only the top half of your thighs are on the chair. Put your feet flat on the floor. Move your torso back a bit so the shoulders are centered over your pelvis and your head is centered over your shoulders. There should be some effort holding yourself upright, but it should not be a strain. If you are comfortable doing so, you may close your eyes or look downward 3 or 4 feet in front of you. Now take a deep breath in, lifting the chest, and as you exhale, feel your shoulder blades move down your back. Return to normal breathing and notice when you are inhaling and when you are exhaling. Just watch the breath coming in and going out. Is the inhale longer than the exhale? Perhaps the exhale is longer than the inhale. Don't change anything or try to force the breath at all. Just let it go and watch it. Do you notice a pause between the inhale and exhale? Is there a pause between the exhale and the inhale? Again, just notice that. Be curious. Be with it. When you find your mind wandering, imagine that thought, memory, judgment, or regret as a balloon on a long string that you are holding in your hand, and slowly open your fingers and let it float away. Come back to the breath with gentleness, without judgment. Be kind to yourself the way you would be kind to a young child who gets distracted from a task they are doing. Bring your attention back to the inhale and the exhale. Be easy. The breath is there for you. When you notice your mind is taking you away again, simply let go of the thought and come back to the breath. This is just what the mind does. It takes you to the future or to the past. I am asking you to stay right here, right now, just for a few minutes. And keep starting over, reinforcing the notion that you can always start over and over again.
I invite you to join me in yet another form of loving kindness meditation. So if you wish, again, gently close your eyes or lower your gaze. And this time, place your hand over your heart, because all loving kindness meditation begins with blessing oneself. So silently in your mind and in your heart, bless yourself with these words. May I be peaceful and happy. May I be healthy and strong. May I know the light of my own true nature. May I be a source of healing to others. And now think of someone very dear to you. It could be a parent or a child, a lover, a spouse, a friend, someone you care a lot about. Hold that person in your heart and silently bless them. May you be peaceful and happy. May you be healthy and strong. May you know the light of your own true nature. May you be a source of healing to others. And now think of someone you don't know well, someone you might just nod hello to in church or in the grocery store, and bless that person in your mind. May you be peaceful and happy. May you be healthy and strong. May you know the light of your own true nature. and may you be a source of healing to others. And now think of somebody you just don't like, somebody who's irritating or makes you angry, and bless that person anyway, because sometimes the loving kindness blessing can be transformative. So bless that person with, may you be peaceful and happy. May you be healthy and strong. May you know the light of your own true nature. May you be a source of healing to others. And lastly, think of someone that you don't know at all, but you know that person is suffering somewhere in the world. Could be in Ukraine, could be in Middlebury. And think and send that person your blessing. May you be peaceful and happy. May you be healthy and strong. May you know the light of your own true nature. May you be a source of healing to others. Before you open your eyes, take a moment to feel all the love you have just put out into the world. And now I invite you to stand and join the choir in singing hymn number 1031 in the Teal hymnal, Filled with Loving Kindness.
It is customary in many meditation practices to dedicate the merit of practice to someone or something in need of care. As we close this service, we want to dedicate the merit of our practice this morning to our mothers and all who have mothered us. We bow to them with gratitude for breathing breath into us, actually or figuratively, and for guiding us through this precious life. In their honor, we express our commitment in this moment to the 4 great Bodhisattva vows. I invite you to read these with me. Creations are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. Reality is boundless. I vow to perceive it. The awakened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it.